Have you ever felt heartbreak? That feeling you get when things don't work out the way you thought. Like a part of you is slowly withering away. I don't know if you could tell, but this video gonna be a little sad. There's countless songs out there that talk about an old flame that burned 1,000 suns now reduced to a ember on the ground. Heartbreak is just something we all must go through at some point or another, and it truly never feels easy. It's hard to describe the journey that is love to heartbreak, yet I believe that Sayonara Wild Hearts does an amazing job at just guiding you through this journey. For those of you wee dingaloids that don't know what Sayonara Wild Heart is, let me catch you up.
Something's changed, and I didn't know you're slipping away. Everything is strange. Please don't let go. Sleep away the day.
Sayonara Wild Hearts is a rhythm game made by Swedish developer Simugo and published by Annapurna Interactive. But I don't believe that the label of a rhythm game encapsulates just what Sayonara Wild Hearts is. I believe that an interactive album is the more proper way to address this game. See, unlike traditional rhythm games, you're not expected to have rhythm. Alright, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm gonna give you an example. If you've ever played Rhythm Heaven or Star Fox, it's kind of just a mix of the two. You do have moments where your rhythm will matter, such as maybe an enemy would attack you and you have to respond to the rhythm of the backing track, but that's kind of rare. For the most part, you're on an own rail segment. If you've ever played a game like Star Fox where you're just going straight, you get to move around and shoot, but at the end of the day, your movement is relegated to what the game needs you to do. That's a little bit more like it. So it's kind of like a hybrid of Rhythm Heaven and Star Fox. I know, it sounds weird, but it's beautifully done. Throughout the game, you control the main character and a set of vehicles such as a car, a boat, a dragon, and many more. Your main task is to avoid obstacles in your way and get to the end of the level, but you can partake in collecting the collectible coins that boost your overall rating, and if all of them are collected, you get a new set of levels. At its core, Sayonara Wild Hearts is just a game with beautiful art and music, but to me this game holds a deeper value. In this video, I'll be using what I consider to be the main songs from this game and some of the gameplay to explain how this game depicts the journey towards heartbreak. Now before I start talking out of my elbows, okay, I need to make something very clear. This right here, this is my interpretation of the music and the game, okay? These characters are mute. They don't speak, at least not to my knowledge, okay? We don't know what the fuck is going on. We get a little exposition dump that says that this is a story about a woman going through heartbreak, but that's all we have. So, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I'm just trying to make sense of it. For all we know, this could be about two roaches playing ping pong, okay? So take everything I say with a whole shaker of salt, okay? Oh, and since I already have you here, you should subscribe and stuff, you know, leave your comment and all that shit. And stay to the end of the video. I have some news about the channel if you're interested. Anyway, that's enough e-begging. Let's get to the video. The first song we're going to be taking a look at is called Inside. Now, Inside, to me, is the origin of love. The song is mostly put in our main character's point of view. We're gonna call her Annabelle just for the sake of cohesion. Throughout the song, we hear Annabelle be in a conversation with someone else, but we only get her point of view. At the very start of the song, we hear Annabelle ask for how long they've been talking, indicating that it's been a while.
How long have we been talking?
As the song continues, we hear how these two parties want to keep talking to each other, but the conversation is cut short because they both have to go to sleep.
Don't have anything tomorrow. You should try close your eyes though.
As the song builds up, we hear things, activities, and people be named. It's worth to note that all of these sound like things that younger people would be into.
And it's late nights, and it's Game Boys, and it's still bright, and it's in the north.
Staying up late, playing on handheld consoles, and going out for milkshakes. It all sounds like a teen or young adult's go-tos. We quickly learn that our speaker has things she wants to express, yet for some reason can't. This to me is very obviously a young woman wanting to express her love for someone, but like many of us, she doesn't know how to convey her emotions. We hear her try to arrange a date to a location she used to frequent, but the other person on the line seemed to have fallen asleep, and my god, that is way too relatable. We then hear Annabelle trying to gather her emotions and present them to the other party, but ultimately she gives up as the song ends with the chorus. Their song is very obviously just young love. The late night talking, finding excuses to go out and see each other, it all feels so wholesome and warm. We don't really know how Annabelle and her partner end up, but thankfully we have more songs to dissect. Mine is a very interesting song. Although you may be fooled by the super upbeat backing track and cheerful tone of our singer, this song, to me at least, is about turning blind to all that's not so ideal. In other words, mine is all about the honeymoon phase. The song starts with our speaker expressing how she has been enamored. You'll quickly see how she describes her partner as a shiny new item that is now in her possession.
I have laid my eyes on you, a glistening piece of sparkling blue.
Throughout the song, we see how possessive she is of her partner, explaining how she does not want what she can't own. And I gotta say, this right here is a perfect example of queen mentality. If your partner does not reciprocate this, send them to the gulag. It is not worth it.
I never want what I can't own. You'll be mine and mine alone. Your white heart glitters, my eyes shine. You fit so perfectly with all the golden things sublime.
The very next verse is meant to represent just how perfectly matched these two seem to be. I interpret your wild heart glitters, in that I shine. It fits so perfectly with all the golden things of mine, to be another way of saying that they supplement each other and their best qualities make each other better. As the song is coming to a close, we hear Annabelle talk about a deal. I believe that the deal she's speaking of is just their relationship, this trade being each other's love. But the part that really butters my biscuits is what is real can never fake. We prefer the masquerade.
Like many times a deal was made, a decent pact and honest trade. What isn't real could never fade. We prefer the masquerade.
I see this as Annabelle convincing herself that this is true love and would much rather stay blind to anything making her believe otherwise. I originally hated this song. I didn't like it at all. But the more I listened to it, the more it grew on me. And after dissecting it, it's part of my top 5 songs in this entire album. Mine is just that. It's about Annabelle, or our speaker, claiming what is hers. Their youth is springing, the sun is out, and their love is as strong as ever. And with that, we're moving on to the next song. The last 2 tracks were the rise, per se. The bond has been formed and the 2 parties seem to be united, but nothing built can last forever. Begin Again is all about realizing that maybe this bond isn't all it may seem.
I can still recall trudging through the cold December snow. We didn't know that it was the end. That the saddest story ever told would unfold.
We hear Annabelle talk about how the relationship bliss has faded and now she's left to pick up the pieces.
Don't you know how it goes? You and me, set in the sky. Broken glass, open ash, I guess that's what we are.
We are now in the process of falling out of love. After the honeymoon phase, cracks begin to form and now it's all a matter of time for our 2 favorite lovers.
I have tried to forget all the pain and regrets. It's the last time. It's the last time tonight. I see all these so close, and your arms are just drawn. It's the last time, and I'm strangely alive.
Being held by her partner, she knows that the end is coming. A truly heartbreaking position to be in, yet she feels content with it. Falling out of love is hard, but the willingness to begin again helps us to stay strong and move on, at least for a short while. Shortly after, we see just how devastated Annabelle really is. As she walks, the lights of the city are highlighted in her tears. Although she's comfortable with falling out of love, that doesn't change the fact that she once was in love, and now she can only find remnants of that love.
Face drawn in my chest, strobing lights reflected in my tears, crystal clear. I can hear a song, tired voices in a minor key, on repeat.
Begin Again is truly a really sad song. It conveys that devastating realization that what you love so much isn't working out perfectly. That conflicting ideals of wanting to keep going but knowing you can't. I feel like this song just merges those 2 beautifully and presents it to you in a beautiful way. Listening to her and her partner's favorite songs, walking around endlessly just to let those emotions flow, it's all part of that painful process.
It's not that I don't care, but I just cannot bear
It's not that I don't care, but I just cannot bear one more of those calls where I talk and you say nothing at all. That hits on a completely different level. If you ever had an experience like that, you know how devastating it is to put energy towards someone and have that energy feel wasted. It's a hard position to be in, but eventually we must all forget and have a moment where we decide to move on. We must pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off and truly begin again. Okay, so let's recap.
Yeah, it's rewind time.
So far, we've seen our favorite girl fall in love. She revels in that love and makes the best of every moment. But after a while, she's feeling disillusioned. The spark dies out, and upon realizing this, she makes a difficult choice to break things off. And that's where my favorite song in this entire album comes in. Dead of Night is the crushing sadness that cripples us when we lose what we believe is our better half.
Can you tell? Does it show? I'm alone in a city of ghosts. I wake to the howling silence.
The very start of the song, Can You Tell? Does It Show? I'm alone in a city of ghosts. I interpret as the beginning of a depressive episode. Trying to hide your emotions from others, making sure you look as normal as possible while in the inside you're melting away. Eventually, you go into this self-isolation with no one being aware of your condition. To me, that's what this opening is supposed to convey.
I don't know where to start in the search of the beat of your heart. A sound in the deafening silence. Words left when you're not around. I don't know where to go. Shake the pain, break away, leave it all behind.
Annabelle sinks into this cycle and can't get out. She still seeks her partner's love, it being the only thing in her mind that could ease the pain. She feels that without her partner, she has nothing. She tries and tries to shake the pain away, but eventually all that emotion just builds up and then shoots out of her like a cannon.
Staring with empty eyes, looking right through me. Perfectly wide alive, ravaged like zombies. When all you care for is the fire, you end up blinded by the light. I'm the only one alive in the dead of night.
She describes herself as a zombie, a physical void that feels nothing but sorrow. When all you cared for is the fire, you'll end up blinded by the light is one of my favorite quotes. I find it to mean that focusing only on how the relationship makes you feel, you'll be turning blind as to what your partner may need or as to how the relationship could improve. Annabelle goes on to explain the potential that they had, a very common thought process that comes after a breakup.
You and me, I was you. It's so faded, but this much is true. We were slated for greatness someday, and with death to outrun, we were shining as bright as the sun. It was us and the endless highway.
And the song closes on the chorus. Dead of Night is one of my favorite comfort songs. The amount of times I've just felt down about stuff and picked up my skateboard and skated throughout my entire town during midnight hours, it's just too many to count. This song is just very relatable in my opinion. It describes that falling out of a relationship feeling perfectly, and the loud synths blaring only making it more impactful. And with all that emotion out of our system, we sink deeper into our blues. The world we knew is nothing other than beautiful. I view this song as the seeds for acceptance and healing. The pain is greater than ever, and Annabelle is stagnant, not being able to see life in her world, nor does she have the drive to change.
I'm too young to remember when the world was alive. I'm too old to start changing and too tired to revive.
Her memories of their relationship or the world they knew keep replaying in her head as she realizes that there's truly no turning back.
The world we
She comments on how people keep telling her to begin again, yet Annabelle keeps holding on to the fragments of her old flame, treasuring them as she promised she would in the song Mine.
They say begin again. They say begin again. I'll take any fragment sacrifice. They say begin again. They say begin again. I'll treasure any fragments left behind.
Once you're heartbroken, friends and family may tell you to move on or there's plenty fish in the sea. And to an extent, that is true. We all have to move on at some point, but to Annabelle, that point is just not in the near future. We all need time to heal, some more than others, and forcing someone back into the realm they're trying not to go into may actually hurt them more in the process. Not to get too personal or anything, but I've had my fair share of times where I've cried to this song. It's just, I don't know, it's so beautifully done. Linnea Olsen's performance is jam-packed with emotion throughout the entire album, but this song, in specifically, I don't know, it just hits different. She conveyed that feeling of sinking slowly into your sadness as you come to accept that things are the way they are. Truly a beautiful performance, one of the best songs in this entire album. If the world we knew is the start of healing, a place I don't know is reaching acceptance.
What's the word? Does that thing have a name? When familiar surroundings just don't look the same.
Annabelle can no longer recognize her environment anymore. She notices that what she once considered safety is actually tedium bringing her down. It's almost as if she's been awoken from paralysis and now she's seeking a new start. Annabelle has healed enough to see the flaws in the position she's been putting herself on and is actually healing and moving on.
Do you think that it's strange? It's my way, I suppose. I'm just longing for
She directly refers to someone, but we don't know who it is. This person who's shown her this place she doesn't know could be a friend, family member, or even a new partner. It could even be her old partner. This song may sound depressing when you hear it for the first time. Linnea Olsen's voice is very calm and it feels feeble, like it feels weak. But I interpret this as peace. She understands that the situation may not be ideal, and that although she did see a beautiful future with her ex-partner, that it just isn't the case, and she has come to terms with that. Annabelle has digested her past. She has understood that the journey is concluding. Their scars are still there, but she has the power to carry on. Sayonara Wild Hearts is one of my favorite games ever, and I hope to cover it again someday. There's still a lot of story to unpack with the tarot cards and even the story the gameplay tells. I chose to do the music this time around, but I'll most definitely be coming back to this game and talking about its actual story. Before I go on to talk about the channel, I'd like to just say thank you for watching all the way through. It really means a lot. It means more than you know. And two, if you're feeling broken or like you're withering away for some reason, don't forget that you're loved by many, even if it may not seem like it. Life is weird and cruel, but it's also beautiful and kind, and we must experience both sides to truly say we are alive. The pain may linger and it may never really leave, but we're human and we persevere. We always do that as one. Stay strong, hang in there, and let it all out. It'll only make it easier. With all that said, it's time to give you Sexy Beast a channel update. Okay, this is very important. As you could probably tell, or most of you probably didn't even notice, I haven't been posting that many videos. I've been slacking. I was usually like posting every Sunday, but I kind of got burnt out, you know, it happens. And I realized that the kind of content I was making, although I enjoyed making it and I had a lot of fun and I'm not going to stop making it, is just not the content that I want to make all the time. Don't worry, okay? I'll still be my goofy self, okay? That's not going to change. I'm looking to broaden my horizons though. I'm probably going to be making longer form content, and the content is going to start slowing down a lot more. But it'll be somewhat consistent and it will be coming out. I appreciate your patience, and I hope to see you in the channel again. By all means, if you have a recommendation or just some tips, tricks on editing or how I can make this channel better, please leave it in the comments below. Also follow the social media. I don't use it because I don't know. I don't know how to use social media in the terms of YouTube. But I'm trying. Follow the Instagram, follow the Twitter, and follow my art account. I'm always on social media, so I might as well just start talking shit on social media so that you guys can see what goes on in my day-to-day. With all that said, again, thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video. It kind of brought back the love that I had for YouTube when I started. And yeah. As always, go get yourself some rolled ice cream. You know, strawberry banana is the best with some gummy bears at the top. That's got, yo, top tier. But yeah, that's enough rambling. Take it easy.